Alright, so let's pretend you want to plan a cross country to Santa Barbara. And you'd also like some flight planning. So in Garmin Pilot, first you'll notice that you can see for every airport, you can see temperatures, settings, if it's VFR, how the wind is, all those kind of things. But also, if we plan a cross country, we're going to Santa Monica to Santa Barbara, which as you can see is easy to put in. You can immediately see a whole bunch of things. You can see here where the distance is, what's going to happen, what plane are we flying. It does all the performance data. Even in the cheapest version you get performance data. It gives you warnings if there are any warnings going on. In this case, fuel. You can set up what's the performance you expect to fly on, and it knows things like, oh, maybe we have the wheel fairings removed. Then you can configure that. You configure all of that, easy to do. So let's pretend we have this. Now, we probably want to fine-tune how we're going to fly there. So this is similar to most other applications, that you can just drag this around. So let's say we're going here along the coast, and maybe here I'm going to stay a little bit closer to the coast. We can drag that along. So we've set up our basic flight plan now. Now if you want to brief this flight, the easiest way to do it is to open this screen where you can set up any kind of widgets going on along the route. And then you can go from Santa Monica to Santa Barbara, and you can scroll through your entire route. So the first thing we're going to see here is, look at that. It's IFR, but it's haze, so we're probably going to be above it, because we can see here the clouds are at 700 feet and broken, so it shouldn't be an issue. So we can scroll through our flight, then do the same for the forecast. So we can see here that Oxnard is going to be IFR, so we know at landing there's going to be a tough one, unless we're IFR rated. And then this is all fine. Same for the MOS, same for the frequencies. We can go through our frequencies that we'll be needing on the road. We can go through our winds aloft. So how are the winds looking? What are the temperatures doing? We can just scroll through it. Same for the NOTAMs. We can go through all the NOTAMs on this route. We can read through the forecast for this entire route, even if it's a long flight. And then the same for the airports, which are all the airports that are getting in our neighborhood, and what's their status, and what are the frequencies and everything else going on. What are the AirMets and the SIGMETs that we can go through. What are all the airspaces we're flying through? We can go through that. And then there's navigation settings. PIRAPs, no PIRAPs. There's a PIRAP here in Santa Monica. Clear with haze at the shoreline. So we know this now before we go. So you can do your entire cross-country planning by just scrolling through these widgets. And then because of this slider here, you get all those settings going on.